Feed the meter, love.
But you're not on a meter.
I'm waiting in the car.
Oh, Arthur.
I'll get you, please.
What do you reckon, Gov?
Fat Sam's never been wrong, Derek.
Never, Chief.
Well, he once blew the whistle on a finance company gumshoe for nicking a motor.
Turned out he was reclaiming it.
Turned out it was his own motor.
So Fat Sam has been wrong.
Wrong. Turned out he was behind with his payments.
Now that's spacious.
Yeah, if you say so. But this monkey, now, if Fat Sam has clocked him tate-a-tate, meeting a well-known hitman,
Meeting
then...
secret?
Yeah, meeting all furtive, like,
Yeah,
then
it's worth tagging along.
Yes, precisely, Willis. This Portman, what's his job now?
A bit of nonsense. Runs a punk rock club for rich kids. Bit of dope, some young fillies, porno, yeah?
A fixer. So what's he doing visiting an arms factory?
Gov, shouldn't we get this into the lab?
Yeah. I reckon we should use video, you know.
Nah, you don't get that lovely grainy quality.
Who do you think you are? D.W. Griffith?
Who?
Oh, you Burke.
When was this taken?
This afternoon. It's an arms warehouse, AK sales division. International setup, big money. And this next bit was taken at 7 this evening.
Who are we looking at here? Who's he?
He came off the plane from Bombay at 6 this morning, helicopter Heathrow to Ringway, met by car straight to the hotel.
Under what name?
He flew Air India as one Waldo Singer.
Must be your rich uncle, Gov.
But he booked into the hotel as Geoffrey T. Archer.
He booked in?
Was booked in.
By Portman?
No, by an arms dealer in Manchester, Steve Wardrobe, senior executive, AK sales division.
Arms dealer? Any history?
No, nothing from CRO. He's clean. Wardrobe was a registered arms dealer with all his papers in order. SB don't like him, but he stays as clean as baby powder.
So what's the connection with Portman, small-time northern villain?
Well, that's what I plan to find out.
Does Portman know we're taking an interest?
Well, I sussed out the club that he owns, Punk Rockers. Turned up the local PC and made some rather unconvincing noises about looking for a mythical daughter.
Which they didn't buy. George.
But she didn't seem to care about one way or another.
Feeling better.
Pardon?
Feeling better.
Anyway, what the bloody hell is a porn dealer and drug pusher like Portman doing with two international arms dealers?
You reckon Chummy here's an arms dealer as well?
Well, he's not with the World Health Organization, that's for sure.
Hungarian for the most part. We've also got about 30,000 North Korean type 68s with the perforated buttstocks.
Why am I staying in the hotel this time, Steve?
Well, the house has been redecorated in a terrible state.
Now, the Chileans can take more miniguns.
I know it's all right. Comfortable.
Also, we didn't have dinner last night.
I'm sorry, I was fed up with the Afghans.
Your deal with the Chinese has attracted some flack from Washington.
Too bad.
Well, they have a whole new program of weapon systems in production. They want to be able to offload a couple of million out-of-service items over the next 5 years.
So what's their problem? South America, Africa, the Middle East?
Except that you are talking a deal with Peking. To manufacture Chinese assault rifles under license. in great numbers. Huh?
Who told you that?
I have my sources.
Mira, you shouldn't listen to rumors.
And you should not bite the hand that feeds you.
Can I make you a cup of tea?
That guy last night, Portman, where does he fit in?
We play golf together. Last night I was tied up with the Afghan delegation. He was going into the hotel for a business meeting. I asked him to see if you'd settled in. Give you the Zimbabwe contracts.
I didn't take to the guy.
Dave, I'm going to nick a kettle from someplace.
Confession before a misdemeanor. They're quite hard to come by.
Honest to God, the rosy out of that machine, it's like water. Here.
What's this, George? The soft cell?
It's like drain water.
You'll never get a position with Saatchi and Saatchi.
Nah. Right then. How far we got? What do you reckon that Chummy's up to, this Portman?
Well, let's go back to how this started. This office is informed by C11 that an unidentified man is clocked by a snout taking a very furtive meet with a known hitman. A real pro, a mechanic.
Yeah, name of Jackson. Now, the snout can only follow one suspect, and very sensibly he decides against following the hitman for like as not he ends up in the canal.
He follows the unknown man and manages to catch the registration number of the car that Chummy drives off in.
Yeah, which turns out to have been rented from a car hire firm. Chummy's particulars turn out, surprise, surprise, to be false.
The car hire firm, a large and thorough organisation, have recently instituted a new security device, a hidden camera, which photographs each customer.
Just in case he forgets to bring back the motor.
So, the photo was circulated, and C11 learned from CRO that Chummy is one Francis Arthur Portman of Shangri-La, Chestnut Lane, Knutsford, Cheshire. Yeah. Owner of Punk Rock Club, 2 bars of the cinema.
Yeah, and he's age 43, divorced, he owns 5 E-type Jags, 2 years fraud, 4 years drugs, not guilty on pornography charges, twice fined for excess speed, 1964, 69, 72, part on a zebra crossing, licence or 75, blah, blah, blah. Caused death by dangerous driving, pled not guilty, out on bail, case comes up next month.
Yeah. The local CID informed me that he's suspected of running in the local heroin market. He also makes porno video films for the growing TV cassette market.
Yeah, that's about it. None of which really comes into our frame.
But taking a meet with one Glass-Eye Jackson, a known contract killer, that comes within our frame. A man who's proved that psychopathology pays. A man that's committed 7 murders and is still walking free the length and breadth of this sceptred isle. That comes within our frame. Oh, I see you. Both of you.
Bloody crab-faced Scots.
It's this office tea, George. One sip and you're like something Frankenstein.
Right then. I had a meet with AC Crime today. He put me on the spot. Made me look silly. "What have you got in your plate, Jack?" says he. Says I to him, "Oh, we've got a whisper on a villain up north. A bad one. He was seen in a head-to-head with a funeral arranger called Jackson." "Oh, splendid, splendid," says he. "Just the thing I need for my meet with a tartan terror tomorrow. Have a brief of at my office by close of play today."
A brief, sir?
A list.
How long does that take to boil, sir?
A list, George. David. A simple thing, really. It runs like this. The suspect lives at, he earns his living by, his CRO file is, his known criminal associates are, his known civvy associates are, he has bank accounts at, his marital status is, his sexual companions are. Our assessment of his criminal intentions is, the intended victim of the killer Jackson is, and what police measures are being put into force as to 1, surveillance, 2, telephone interception, 3, protection of the victim, and 4, locating and apprehending the villains in conspiracy in such circumstances as will satisfy the DPP and send Portman and Jackson up the steps for a long time to come. And 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Sir?
The kettle to boil. Now, how much of this can I take up to the AC's office by 6?
Tonight, about half.
Aye, the unimportant half. I didn't have the nerve to tell him nobody knows where Jackson lives. Now get off your arses and get up the M1. And no, you can't borrow my kettle.
Give us a bin stick.
Yeah, in a minute, in a minute.
Dirty old man.
I'll have you know I'm keeping Obbo on 2 very suspicious objects.
I don't wish to know that.
Doormaster Penguin, message over.
Penguin, send, over.
I'm on my way up the motorway. What's cooking, over?
Sweet sod all, Governor. Over.
I don't like it when you speak common, Penguin.
Sorry, George.
I've arranged a team of 6 to spell you.
George, it's me, D.W. Griffith.
Polar bear. Things getting a bit lively, are they?
Affirmative. The top floor's looking for a result on this, a polar bear. RV at location Delta in 2 hours' time. Out. D.W. Griffith. Pillock.
Oh, no.
What do you mean? Oh, no.
I think I know that look in your eye.
No. Not in somebody's gaff. In their kid's room. On duty.
With the householder downstairs.
She's gone out. Took the car.
It's amazing what looking at a pair of thrupneys can do for a copper's libido.
What? That brazen hussy swimming topless in Portman's pool? Get off. I come from a family of sisters. A woman's body is no stranger to me.
Yeah, but mine is.
Yeah, these days it is.
Don't be cheap.
Well, I am cheap. So sorry I spoke.
Don't you worry, I'll get you a nice cup of tea and bromide. Oh, bleeding hell.
What's that?
He's only driving off in his Jag.
I didn't even hear the motor.
Too busy playing with your dolly.
Been to a funeral, have we?
I shouldn't have lost him, Chief. Mine not on the ball.
Oh, well. Fancy a drink?
Oh, I'll have a large gold.
Have a sip of this, my boy. Nothing like a draught of Nigerian lager to restore the equilibrium.
Do you know something we don't, George?
Such as?
I don't know, you're very chirpy these days.
Well, nil carborundum illegitimo, as they say. You fancy a sip of that, huh?
No thanks, I've got to watch my waistline.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
The Jag has been found at his golf club. Local nondescript picked up our chit-chat. Portman's E-type was right in front of him.
Well, how did they know what we were looking for?
Oh, come on. All the old Bill up here knows that we're sussing out Portman.
You're joking.
Listen, I'm not shy. Fact is, the more Portman feels uneasy, the better. If a little showing out helps to put him off his stride, that suits me.
You want him to jump, Gov?
I want him to take another meet with the elusive Glass-Eyed Jackson.
The hitman.
The hitman. And now for the good news. Who shared a cell for 5 months with Portman last time he was in Nick?
Glass-Eyed Jackson.
In a word, yes. Small world, is it not?
But I thought you said that the hitman had a clean sheet.
I said he'd never been up the steps for murder, but he's been inside, all right.
And that's where they met. Dead simple.
Well, maybe this meet that the Snout saw them take was, what, a reunion?
Social gathering.
Then why did you use false documents and a nondescript hire car?
He's got a death by dangerous pending.
No, the bloke's up to some villainy. That chap he met in the cocktail bar in the hotel.
Man with all the different names.
Yes, real name Blandisch, Miro, big international arms dealer, government contracts. He's highly kosher. Well, as much as your salesman of death can be.
Hence the connection with Wardrobe.
He owns Wardrobe.
But what was Blandish doing last night with a small-time piece of rubbish like Portman?
A small-time piece of rubbish who is in touch with Glass-Eye Jackson, the hitman extraordinaire.
Could be Blandish is using Portman as a middleman.
For the purposes of?
For the purposes of scrubbing out some member of the human race.
Yeah. Something like that. It's got to be inside that sort of frame.
I'll have that large gold watch now.
So, Wardrobe brings Blandish in for a drink. Portman leaves, says hello in passing. It's not exactly birth of a nation, is it, George?
This is fascinating. Look at Blandish's expression. He doesn't like Portman.
Well, he's hardly going to say, hello, old boy. How goes our plot to have Glass-Eye Jackson bump off my pal sitting here beside me, is he?
There's something wrong here.
Such as, George?
Well, when did Blandish, alias Singh, alias what's his name, arrive in this country?
Yesterday. And these aliases are cover names he uses for security purposes.
That's interesting. Point one, Jack, is this. When did Miro Blandish conspire with Portman, if that is still our basic theory?
Yeah, you got a point there. Unless he phoned in from Ringway, or met him the last time he was up at AK Sales Division.
No, that's a bit iffy. Point two, Jack, and I think you've just clicked it into place. Tell us again why Blandish uses different names when he travels around the world.
Security. He's insured against all the risks that an international arms dealer usually runs.
Such as?
Well, I imagine there's quite a few people who'd like to bump him off, as James Cagney would say.
Right. Bump him off.
It's not Blandish who's using Portman to hire a hitman.
Correct.
He's the bloody target.
And that, gentlemen, is the Judas kiss, to indicate the victim to the hitman.
You reckon Glass-Eye Jackson was in that location?
I'd bet my granny's night shirt on it.
We bloody missed him.
Yeah. My name is Bullman, Department of Trade and Industry. I have an appointment with Mr. Wardrobe. Thank you.
Mr. Bullman,
Yes.
it's your first visit, is it not?
Yes. Can't keep lead out of me. Though I could escape scot-free at London, I fear the shot up here.
Here's no scurrying but upon the pate. Shakespeare man, I see.
Yes. End user certificate, export licenses, boring but necessary. To comply with DTI regulations, I have to make a return.
Come through, Mr. Bowen. bunch of no calls for the moment, please. Tea? Lapsang? Souchon?
Oh, yes, thank you. I'd love to. You'll have to bear with me. I'm standing in for Mr. Henderson, the inspector that you usually deal with.
Well, if I can be of any help, we've nothing to hide.
I'm shipping, you see.
Ah.
It's all these guns are not my field, really.
Well, it's all down to paperwork, I'm sure.
Red tape, sir. Yes, I'm sure you're right. So, AK Sales Division, UK Limited. Now, you export arms on a vast scale and enjoy the confidence of many governments.
Of course.
And you have you're part of an international arms combine controlled in Geneva, in Switzerland.
Quite. I'm afraid I'm not quite sure.
I always like to start with the basics, you see. I'm a firm believer. Anything I don't know, I ask. Never afraid of making a fool of myself.
Right. Got it.
As I say, guns are not my field, really.
Shipping.
Exactly. Now then, you are the controlling AK executive in Britain.
In Europe.
And who is the ultimate controller of the entire gizmo? Enterprise.
What on earth's that got to do with
shipping, sir? Just like to get the whole picture.
Well, I answer to only one man. The president of AK Armaments Corporation in Geneva, Mr. Miro Blandisch.
Oh, Miro Blandisch. Good, right. Well, now I need to carry out spot checks on serial numbers, tally them up with export licenses.
Well, you'll be in firmer ground there. Shipping.
Oh, yes.
Mrs. Button, I said no calls. I see. It's for you.
Oh, Kim. Yes.
George, there's somebody here wants a word with you.
Thanks. Bowman. Right.
This is Chief Superintendent Hislop, senior police officer of the patch your lot have invaded. Now listen, the minute the phone goes down, the instant, get yourself out of that building and contact your governor immediate. Got it?
Right. Yeah, right.
Right.
Well, I have to dash, sir. I've got some urgent business that's just cropped up back at the office.
Some urgent shipping formality, is it?
Yes, something like that, sir.
I'll get someone to show you out.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. OK, Bullman, get in the car.
Who the hell are you, Sonny?
Security service. You're in trouble, brother.
Look, you don't understand. A man is about to be murdered.
It's you who doesn't understand, chum. Get in.
Detective Sergeant George Bullman. 25 years service, 8 commendations. Missed promotion to DI 18 months ago. Murder squad at the Met. Queen's commendation for gallantry after getting yourself shot, kidnapped while making an arrest. You served Metropolitan Police Special Branch and were attached to my department for special duties from 69 to 71.
Who are you standing in for? Eamon Andrews.
So one would imagine, Sergeant, that you were...
Au fait.
Au fait with the...
Yeah, au fait. The odds and sods of political, oblique, clandestine...
With the less-known corridors of government service.
Yeah. Well, spit it out, Sonny.
I've had better men than you for breakfast.
Quite simple. 8K Sales Division and all its personnel are down to my office. We have a long-standing arrangement with the good Superintendent Hislop that all police inquiries regarding the foregoing are passed on here.
via special branch.
From time to time.
And this, arrangement is ratified by the Chief Constable's Office and coordinated via your HOD in Whitehall.
Did I not liaise with Scotland Yard to order you and your size 12s out of Wardrobe's office?
Not necessarily.
Meaning?
Meaning that the good Superintendent Hislop is down at the yard on a course. He phoned from my office. Now, as you just told me, Hislop is in your pocket.
I said we have an arrangement.
Yeah, whatever. You're very charming, eh?
Well, what's so special about that?
Increased rate of fire, no increase in the stoppage ratio.
Oh, so, great. More ammo gets expended, huh? I mean, how many goddamn times do you have to kill somebody, huh?
Get off my back, Miro.
Okay, pal. We better get this over with. Geneva resents very much the way you insist on doing your own thing. They're not very happy with you.
Geneva doesn't own me, Miro.
No, but I do. And don't you ever forget that. Ah, come on, Steve, huh? You remember when we first met, huh? You were loading stuff out of Singapore, liberated from the U.S. government South Vietnamese ordnance stores, huh? 100 grease guns. 10,000 rounds of 7.62? Jesus, huh? I put you on your feet, right?
You dragged me out of the gutter, Miro.
And now? You play your cards right, and the whole of AK International will be yours one day. But don't be impatient, Steve. And don't jump the gun, huh?
Five floors. Oh, this job would knacker me.
Strangely enough, some of our people have a high opinion of you.
Sir, did you liaise with Scotland Yard, meaning a call to the branch whose central LO would take up the command of D-23, or did you belly your tame copper Hislop and get him to run to my governor with his knickers in a twist?
The fact is, Sergeant, AK Sales Division is the territory for reasons which I do not intend to go into at this office. There are matters of national and international security, certain areas of investigation, policy, which make this office's low-profile monitoring more desirable than your...
Size 12 boots, yes.
Can I come in, sir?
Yeah, come in. Sit down.
So this is about DS Bullman. I've done a bit of ferreting around since I was posted down here. Reference. What's happened to your kettle? Reference George Bullman's promotion, or rather the lack of it.
And?
Well, I know you have too.
Go on.
Well, I think I've found out what the real problem is.
Oh, really? Tell me, what is George Bullman's dark secret?
Sir, Mr. Douglas returned your call.
Right.
And special branch want information on your Q3917.
Thank you, Monica. In there.
It is my contention that Stephen Wardrobe has a contract out on Blandisch.
Wardrobe is certainly known to associate with Portman. Wardrobe is also known to be growing increasingly resentful of Blandish's control.
Which he interprets as interference.
Exactly.
It surprised you that I worked that out?
No, of course not. I used to work with an old sparring partner of yours.
Dugdale?
Effingham.
Ah. How is he these days?
He's moved to the Treasury.
Ah, dear. It's all changed, isn't it?
Changed, c'est toujours les mêmes choses.
No, I mean, in the old days, you blokes used to spout Latin for a start, not some frog Euro language.
Classics are frowned upon these days. Even the head of Magdalen is an engineer.
Yeah. Oh, do you accept that Wardrobe has a contract on Blandisch?
Wouldn't surprise me.
And that Glass-Eye Jackson is
The instrument. Well, it's a trifle unwise of Wardrobe to use a known crook like Portman, but I can buy it.
And where do you lot stand on this?
I'm not with you.
Simple. Would it suit you to have Blandisch dead?
Would it slow down your Cromwellian investigation if I said yes?
Not one bit.
Then I mustn't detain you.
You're getting the message.
George has fallen foul of the funny people up there.
Hey, there's nowt as queer as folk.
Have dinner with me tonight.
Oh, give it a rest for Christ's sake.
Please.
Why not?
Terrific. I know a nice little gaff. Good nosh. Dirt cheap.
Oh, yes, definitely. The last of the big spenders.
I've got a job for you two.
When I'm late, Turngup.
You want a transfer, do you? Traffic department?
Oh, no, it's just that we were going out for a meal, sir. Somewhere cheap.
Well, maybe you still can. I'm sending you back up north. Book into the same hotel as Blandisch. Keep an eye on him.
Well, you've got a feeling, have you, sir?
Just playing it safe. Hey, here. You haven't seen my kettle, have you?
No.
No? I haven't seen his kettle. Have you seen his kettle?
No. Have you seen his kettle?
No.
You've had a real problem getting promoted, Sergeant.
That's right.
Son père, son reproche, et sans amitié, yes?
Poor but honest.
The reason has been childishly simple. Someone you offended long ago held a senior admin position in C5. He fitted you up, good and proper. Passed info to A10, who spent 2 years sussing you out. 2 years, Sergeant.
Good luck to him.
Also special branch. This C5 officer poisoned your well there, too.
You know an awful lot about me, Mr. Bruce.
I've made it my business. I, too, am good at my job.
Bully for you.
He told the branch that certain information you passed on to my office in London, reference a certain former cabinet minister, was typical of your Walter Mitty attitude to life. He got a few of his buddies to put the boot in at the same time.
Well, it's all grief, and if you don't mind, I've got some work to do.
Would you like to know the name of this police officer?
No, not really. You see, I've offended more than one. I tell you what, though. You maybe look like a reject from the LSE, but you're a damn sight more dangerous than those old Ruperts down the smoke. Old Etonian ties and quail's eggs for the prostate.
We try and move with the times. So this person, whose name I suspect you know very well, is just about to be suspended on full pay.
Why?
I'm not in the gossip business. Suffice to say, Sergeant, that your bête noire will resign at the end of the month, to all intents and purposes kicked out on his ear. As well as enemies, You have certain friends at court. These friends are now pressing for your rehabilitation. Part of the process, because part of the A10 fit-up concerned national security, involved certain routine inquiries via special branch to us.
I see.
And your handling of the case, you have, and entirely without evidence made against Wardrobe, will quite clearly affect our reply to those concerned with your future.
Thank you. Can I go now?
My dear chap, I have no power to stop you.
Good day.
Well done.
Do you think he bought it, Mr. Grenville?
Dear boy, no power on earth will stop Detective Sergeant Bullman now from going after Wardrobe like a stoat.
Mr. Blandish, a word, if I may.
What? Murder me?
I believe that is the intention, sir.
Who?
Well, at this point in time, sir, all I know is that this man, a known hitman, has been contacted by this man.
Portman?
Precisely. Arthur Francis Portman. He's known to us, so he's a bit of a monkey. Drugs, porn. He's also a fixer, which means he could fix a contract.
Hell. I told Steve that I didn't take to the guy.
Steve?
Mr. Wardrobe.
Mr. Wardrobe knows this villain, Portman?
Oh, sure, Sergeant. Yes, he came up to me the other night and he shook me by the hand as if I was his bosom buddy. I don't like that type of familiarity from creeps.
Why should he do that, shake you by the hand?
I don't know.
I mean, this Portman being in touch with a known hitman, walking up and shaking a perfect stranger by the hand like that?
No, he's not a perfect stranger.
Sir?
Well, Steve sent him round the night I arrived. He was tied up himself with a delegation, Hizb Islam.
Well, that's a bit of a coincidence, isn't it, sir? You're Mr. Wardrobe, being the only common denominator between you, Portman, and this hitman here.
Sergeant, you are suggesting that Steve Wardrobe wants me killed?
Yes.
That's heavy.
I know. But I hope that I'm a responsible police officer, and I need your cooperation to keep you alive.
No, Sergeant, I know you coppers. You need my cooperation to nail the bad guys.
Yes, there is that too.
Okay, Sergeant. What do you want me to do?
Head up. Go out. Bloody yo-yo up and down, up and bloody down, London to back. It's the second time today now.
Well, that's the name of the game, isn't it? Intercity. Ah, hello there. Mr. and Mrs. Smith from Brighton.
Oh, no.
I have booked.
I'm sorry,
Thank you.
it's just not on.
Single beds or king-size doubles?
A single, please, but a king-sized room with a large bathroom and a 6-foot bath.
6-foot bath?
You want to have a comfortable night, darling.
You okay? Room 327.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Isn't that Donald Sutherland, the actor?
Where?
That chap just going out.
Nah, that's not Donald Sutherland. He's a tall bloke. Got a big hooter.
Jackson!
Taxi! Taxi! Use this!
Who the hell
George Bullman's.
Come on!
Look, I clocked you, mate. If this is a just follow Chummy. That's good, fellow.
Come in. Have you seen my kettle?
No, sir.
Brand new with some thieving...
Willis and Vanessa have been reinforced by a mobile surveillance team from the local regional crime squad.
And Jackson, where the hell is he?
He's on platform 11, Manchester, Victoria. He's purchased a ticket to Rill. His only luggage is an attacher case.
If we nick Jackson now, what have we got on him?
Well, it depends on what he's got in the attacher case or what he's been up to in the hotel.
Where's George?
He's at the hotel. They're checking out Blandish's suite with forensic. Word is that there's traces of cellophane on the door locks, recent ones, but well, there's nothing obvious. I mean, no bombs.
So we can lift Jackson and sweat him, or go along with George Bullman's crazy scheme.
Have you told him about the news from upstairs?
Okay. We'll go with George. Tell him to get on with that.
Right, sir.
Send the side entrance.
This is an emergency.
Wardrobe. You're absolutely certain? Thank you. Go to a green Morris parked in a central station. There's a red croup lock on the steering wheel, the key's in the exhaust. In the boot, you'll find what our friend deemed suitable. Yes, I know what I've got to do. And I don't think we should meet for a while.
Polar bear, go! You're nicked.
It's a game.
The bag. Mind if we take a look?
Is it seldom?
Looks like there's about 20 grand here.
Now, how do you account for that, Jackson?
Well, that's your problem, isn't it?
We've just turned over your hotel. Show him what we found, lads.
What's that supposed to be?
Let's call it your ticket to Strange Ways. Cuff him.
We were all very sorry, Mr. Wardrobe. He seemed such a vital, go-ahead sort of a chap.
We never know the minute, do we?
No. He was a great friend of yours, I believe, sir.
I owe everything to him.
Yes. Yes. Well, I'll leave it to you then, sir. Anything you need, please just pick up the house for them and ask.
Thank you.
Yes, you're just about doing it, sir. That and the tape of last night's phone call from Portman, and photographic evidence of Portman following your instructions and arranging for Jackson's payoff.
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, not shipping, sir. I'm afraid I've been less than frank with you. You see, I'm a police officer, and you and your accomplices have been under surveillance for some time now. Thank you. Come along.
I want a lawyer.
Oh, yes, sir. You really do.
So then, when we moved in on the house to Nick Portman's burn, Derek says, I'll cover the swimming pool. Oh, I mean the back garden.
And there she was, sunbathing, starkers. Cool, you should have seen her thrupness.
Well, like that, off right, was it?
George. What the hell's this?
Well, it's just a small celebration, Jack.
You know the regs about whiskey in the office.
Oh, come on, give us a break, Jack.
Back in my office,
Sir?
the lot of you. Bloody no! Champagne is the liquid of celebration.
Well, that's handsome, Jack. That's real handsome, I must say. Cheers. That was a rum case, wasn't it? It's still a bit iffy come the trial. Too much circumstantial. Couple of swift briefs and Wardrope may not get the lagging that he deserves. Anyway, cheers.
Don't think this celebration is just for the nicking of a mere arms dealer, George. You're not going to get this kind of treatment every time you touch somebody's collar. No, I've had a memo from AC Crime, copy to C5. Promotions. Detective Sergeant Bullman, George Albert, with effect this date to the rank of Detective Chief Inspector. Seniority to date from the 4th of October, 1976, to be second in command, Intercity Squad.
Hey, well done, George.
Cheers.
Speech.
Well, I don't know what to say. I'm a bit choked, really. Well, as the bard once said, mine eyes smell onions, I shall weep anon. In the meantime, oh, what can I say? Jack, I know how hard you must have worked to pull this off. So I suppose I'd better let you have your kettle back.
Ah, George, you'll never change, son.
Well, I can afford to buy my own nose.